Patriots Nation, we are diving into a huge week ahead. And there is so much to unpack about the upcoming game against the Texans. Looking at their offensive numbers, it's clear this is not a team built to overwhelm anyone. They rank 18th in total offense, 14th in passing, and 22nd in rushing. That tells you right away that, while they have talent, they are far from being a powerhouse that can score at will or steamroll defenses. There are a few bright spots, but overall, this offense is very manageable if the Patriots execute properly on both sides of the ball. One of the most interesting storylines heading into this matchup is the availability of Nico Collins. He is arguably the Texans' most dangerous offensive weapon, and the impact of his absence could be monumental. Last season, Collins played 15 games, catching 71 passes for just over 1,000 yards, averaging nearly 16 yards per reception, with 6 touchdowns and 18 explosive plays over 20 yards. He is not just a deep threat, he is the player around whom their offense often revolves. If he does not suit up on Sunday, the Patriots' defense will get a huge boost, essentially removing one of the primary scoring options for Houston. The Texans' attack, while respectable in certain areas, is not the type that can adjust seamlessly without their top receiver. Christian Gonzalez presents another intriguing angle. He is a top defensive back whose presence on the field makes a big difference, and there is some uncertainty regarding his status, unlike Collins. However, Gonzalez seems more likely to play, even when he left the field during a recent game. His absence was temporary, and his return to practice could be imminent. Having him on the field strengthens the Texans' defense significantly. But if Collins remains sidelined while Gonzalez plays, the balance of power could tilt heavily in favor of New England. This is a crucial factor to watch because it will shape how the Patriots approach both offensive and defensive schemes during the game. The rushing attack of the Texans is another area that raises concerns for them. Woody Marks, their leading rusher, averages well under 4 yards per carry and has only the touchdowns on the ground. Nick Chubb has managed just 3 rushing touchdowns, and quarterback C.J. Stroud adds 1 more. But the numbers are modest overall. The Texans do not dominate in the trenches, and this creates opportunities for the Patriots' front 7 to control the line of scrimmage. If New England can pressure Stroud and contain the run, the Texans will be forced into uncomfortable situations, relying heavily on short passes or individual heroics to generate yardage. It is an area where the Patriots can confidently play aggressively, knowing that the Texans' offensive balance is limited. Looking at the Patriots' recent performance, particularly against the Chargers, there are reasons to be optimistic. In that matchup, New England produced over 400 yards of total offense, while maintaining possession for more than 32 minutes. The offense was able to move the ball efficiently against the top 5 ranked defense, both in rushing and passing. They did not need to put up an excessive number of points to secure the win because their defensive unit played exceptionally well, holding the Chargers to only 3 points. That game demonstrated that the Patriots have the ability to dissect strong defensive teams with precise execution, smart play calling, and disciplined fundamentals. One of the key takeaways from that performance is that the Patriots' offense is capable of adjusting to the opponent's strengths and weaknesses. They were patient, methodical, and willing to take advantage of the opportunities presented by defensive lapses. Against the Texans, a team that struggles to score consistently, the blueprint remains the same: contain the big plays, win the battle in the trenches, and generate just enough offense to stay ahead. If the Patriots can replicate the discipline and efficiency they displayed against the Chargers, there is little reason to doubt that they can control the pace of this game and limit Houston's chances to respond effectively. Defensively, the absence of Nico Collins could force Houston into a predictable game plan. Without their most dynamic wide receiver, the Texans are likely to rely more heavily on short throws, checkdowns, and a limited rushing attack. That aligns perfectly with New England's defensive philosophy, which thrives on creating pressure, forcing mistakes, and shutting down explosive plays. Even with Christian Gonzalez on the field, the Patriots can focus their coverage schemes around Collins' absence, taking away the primary threat and daring other players to step up. It's a situation that, if managed correctly, could turn a challenging game into a controlled, tactical victory for the Patriots. Looking deeper into Houston's scoring history this season, the numbers reinforce the narrative of an offense that is inconsistent at best. The highest point total they allowed was in Week 18 against the Colts, and beyond that, Only a few teams have managed to put up more than 27 points against them. Some games were against less competitive opponents, but the pattern is clear: they struggle to dominate, and their success is largely reliant on defensive performance and the contributions of a handful of key offensive players for New England. That creates a window of opportunity to dictate the terms of the game, rather than reacting to the Texans' playmakers. On the personnel side, the Patriots made some recent roster adjustments, releasing offensive linemen while potentially activating quarterback Alex Austin from injured reserve. This kind of strategic roster management is designed to keep depth where it's needed most and maintain flexibility in the face of injuries or changing game plans. Having players like Miles Battle available on the practice squad ensures that the team can rotate effectively without compromising quality, which is particularly important when dealing with opponents that may try to exploit mismatches. The ability to manage the roster and adapt to evolving circumstances is part of what keeps New England competitive week after week. As the Patriots prepare for Sunday's matchup, all eyes will be on how they exploit the Texans' weaknesses while minimizing risk. The offensive line needs to protect the quarterback, the receivers must execute precise routes, and the running game has to find consistency to keep defenses honest. Meanwhile, the defensive unit will focus on containment, disciplined coverage, and leveraging the absence of key threats like Nico Collins to create pressure and force turnovers. If New England can execute on all fronts, the game plan that worked against the Chargers could very well translate into another dominant performance. Every detail matters in a matchup like this. The Patriots will be analyzing tendencies, recent performances, and injury reports, making adjustments to ensure that the team is prepared for every scenario. The combination of a disciplined offense, a flexible and opportunistic defense, and smart roster management gives them an edge against the Texans team that is talented but inconsistent. Fans should expect a game where patience, execution, and strategic thinking define the outcome, more than raw athleticism or big individual plays. The Patriots have proven they can rise to the occasion, and all signs point to a team that is ready to impose its will once again. Continuing with the analysis of the Patriots versus Texans matchup, one of the most intriguing aspects is how New England's offense will continue to challenge Houston's defensive schemes. The Texans, while having a solid secondary with Christian Gonzalez potentially on the field, are not a team that generates pressure consistently across every game. Their defensive front is competent, but it lacks the explosive edge to disrupt a well-coordinated passing attack. That means the Patriots' quarterback will have the opportunity to manipulate coverage, exploit mismatches, and create openings for both short and intermediate routes. Precision in the passing game will be essential. But the blueprint that worked against the Chargers shows that this Patriots squad thrives when given even a small window to operate efficiently. Running the ball will also be critical for New England, not just to move the chains, but to control the clock and keep the Texans' offense off the field. Houston's rush defense is better than some might give them credit for, but it is not insurmountable. If the Patriots can establish consistent gains on early downs, they will force the Texans to commit additional defenders, opening up passing lanes and opportunities for play action. This combination of patience and strategic aggression could allow New England to dictate the pace of the game, making it difficult for Houston to find rhythm offensively. It is the type of game where smart execution, rather than raw talent, will decide the outcome. On the defensive side, New England has the advantage of clarity and strategy. With Nico Collins likely sidelined, the Patriots can focus on containing the remaining weapons and applying pressure at the right moments. The Texans' offense becomes more predictable without their leading receiver, which allows New England's coordinators to design coverage schemes that take away big play opportunities. This could force C.J. Stroud into uncomfortable throws, create turnovers, and generally limit Houston's scoring potential. The defense's ability to maintain discipline and not overcome it will be pivotal, as the Patriots cannot afford to allow an unexpected play to undo their careful planning. Special teams and situational football could also play a role in this matchup. Field position, third down conversions, and red zone efficiency will all matter significantly in a game where the margin for error is relatively small. The Patriots' previous performances suggest they are capable of maximizing these situations. Against the Chargers, their defense forced multiple stops, while the offense converted critical downs with composure. Replicating this kind of execution against the Texans could create the difference. Between a close game and a comfortable lead, every snap, every play, and every decision will carry weight. Emphasizing the importance of preparation and focus, the Texans' offensive line presents another key variable. They have struggled at times to protect Stroud, and any pressure applied by New England could quickly disrupt the timing of Houston's plays. By mixing blitzes, stunts, and coverage schemes, the Patriots have the ability to create confusion and generate opportunities for sacks or hurried throws, even if Christian Gonzalez plays. The offensive line's inconsistency means that the Patriots' defensive front could still have a significant impact. It will be a game where discipline, timing, and awareness by the defenders will be critical, especially when anticipating screens, slants, or rollout plays designed to neutralize pressure. Turnovers could be another deciding factor. A team like New England, with disciplined defensive backs and a keen eye for reading quarterbacks, can capitalize on mistakes and convert them into scoring opportunities. The Texans, reliant on a limited set of offensive weapons, may be more prone to errors if forced into difficult situations. A single interception or fumble recovery could swing momentum heavily in favor of the Patriots. Capitalizing on these moments, as seen in previous games, often sets the tone for the rest of the matchup. It is not just about yardage or time of possession. It is about creating and maintaining control throughout the game. Coaching strategy will also play an outsized role. New England staff has shown an ability to adjust mid-game, reacting to defensive alignments and offensive tendencies with precision against Houston. In particular, anticipating formations and predicting play calls could be a decisive advantage. The Patriots are likely to mix tempo, balance between run and pass, and utilize misdirection to keep the Texans guessing. Every decision, from pre-snap motion to audibles, will contribute to the team's ability to control the flow and prevent the opponent from finding comfort in any single approach. Injuries and player management continue to be factors as well. The possibility of Alex Austin returning from injured reserve adds depth at quarterback and provides additional flexibility for the Patriots' offensive schemes. Meanwhile, the practice squad, including players like Miles Battle, ensures that New England has reinforcements ready in case adjustments are needed during the week. This kind of roster depth and strategic foresight often goes unnoticed by casual observers, but can become pivotal in close games, especially as the season moves toward its final stretch. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Your support helps us bring you the latest updates on the New England Patriots, and of course, drop your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing from Patriots fans. Shockwaves are reportedly rippling through the New England Patriots locker room after what sources are calling a heated confrontation between head coach Bill Vrabel and one of the team's starting players, according to insiders. The altercation was more than just a typical disagreement on the sidelines or during practice. It escalated to the point where Vrabel allegedly declared that the player will not be returning to the starting lineup, while neither the team nor the player have publicly commented. Whispers around the league suggest that this could mark a significant turning point for the Patriots season. The nature of the dispute remains murky, though multiple reports hint that it may have been sparked by a clash over strategy and leadership. Vrabel, known for his fiery intensity and no-nonsense approach, reportedly did not tolerate what he perceived as insubordination or a challenge to his authority. The player involved, who has been a consistent starter and a key contributor on the field, is said to have pushed back, prompting the coach's decisive response. Teammates are reportedly stunned, with some expressing concern that the incident could fracture locker room cohesion if not handled carefully. League insiders are already speculating on the potential fallout. Could this be the start of a broader shakeup in New England? Or is it an isolated clash between two strong personalities? Some analysts suggest that Vrabel may be sending a message to the entire roster: no player is bigger than the team. Others argue that losing a starter under such circumstances could leave a void that is difficult to fill, raising questions about the Patriots' depth and adaptability in the coming games. Meanwhile, fans are buzzing on social media, with speculation ranging from trade possibilities to long-term benching. The uncertainty has only fueled the rumor mill, as the team has remained tight-lipped and avoided addressing the situation in public statements. If the reports are accurate, this could be a defining moment not just for the player involved, but for Vrabel's tenure and the Patriots' locker room culture as a whole. While the NFL world watches closely, one thing is clear: this is no ordinary internal disagreement. If the whispers hold true, The fallout from this clash could reverberate far beyond the practice field, shaping headlines and narratives for weeks to come. Patriots fans and league observers alike are left to wonder how, or if the team can navigate this storm without it affecting their performance on the field. That's it for today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving fresh and exclusive Patriots news, make sure to subscribe and hit like. We always appreciate hearing your opinions in the comments. See you in the next one. Patriots Nation.